Hello and welcome to what is now sunny Manhattan Beach on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here. We are in the Mecca of beach volleyball at the AVP Heritage Series Manhattan Beach Open. There you see the plaques lining the pier. That is what everybody is playing for. We're in a men's elimination round. Number 7 seed Drost Harrison versus the 3 seed Schalk and Shaw. Coming up in this one, it is win or go home. My name is Rich Lamborn. Pleasure to be with you, and pleasure to be with my guy here, Casey Patterson. Casey, this is a tough matchup, but these tend to be some of the best matches we see in the entirety of the tournament, these late afternoon Saturday matches. Why is that?
Yeah, that's because, you know, you're playing to just stay alive in this tournament, and you still have hope to get your name on the pier. And you don't want to make big mistakes in these moments, like me wearing a tank top next to you right now. These arms were made for hitting cut shots, not hitting the weight room. You know what I mean? So we all have our strength, and big mistake by me.
Well done, well done. Here's a look at the bracket. This is the match highlighted that you see there, Drost Harrison versus Schalk and Shaw. In the other matchup on our outer court, Born Lucena going up against Trevor Crabb and Phil Dahlhauser. Winners of those two matches go to the semifinal. Losers of those two matches are finished in the tournament in 5th place. So that is never what you want to do, especially if you're Tri-Born. You want to keep the run going.
Yeah.
Looking at retirement at the end of this season. But here on Stadium Court, we're going to see the up-and-coming James Shaw partnering with the Canadian turncoat, we call him, Case. Just kidding, Cam. We love you.
We love Cam.
But
he's
yeah,
amazing.
the Olympian for Canada, and then he came back over and is taking advantage of his dual citizenship, playing for the USA now. And he and James Shaw, one of our top teams, as a matter of fact, in all of the world, looking to establish maybe some dominance here in Manhattan Beach this weekend if they can. But that man right there stands in their way. Avery Drost, 6'5", age 38. And they're looking to have a fine performance here too. Had a little bit of a disappointing showing in the league thus far, ended up going winless, and so already a pretty nice finish for them, but they want to notch it up at least one more time if they can. There's 26-year-old Wyatt Harrison. He has been fun to watch this year.
Yeah.
I mentioned they didn't necessarily have the results they would have liked, but there's a lot of nice things to look forward to in the future if you're Wyatt Harrison.
Especially being 26, a lot of time. I didn't even really start till 30s.
Yes. It's really young by American standards on the men's side, 26, yeah. There's James Shaw. That's more like rookie age, what we're accustomed to.
There we go, 31, yeah. Oh, first year, perfect.
If you're from Europe, you're thinking of calling it a career already at that age, but here, you're just getting going. And James Shaw, we're happy that you're out here and you got a lot of years ahead of you. And there is his partner, the steady 6'5", James Schalk, out of the volleyball hotbed of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada.
Not known as being the best player in the family. It's actually his brother.
Oh, okay.
But
is that
James
according
just
to his
taller.
brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we ran across each other on the pier. He's probably going to play the Dino in Kauai with Kane, but he should be playing with me. It's kind of awkward.
Oh, all right. I got it. Yeah, you and Kame have a lot of history. When he and Ben Saxton were representing Canada, headed towards the 2016 Olympics. They were in Huntington Beach, and you guys trained together extensively, so you got a lot of insight into the game. And getting a close-up look at the game of James Shaw is Wyatt Harrison's face on that opening swing.
I'd love to start a match with a 6-pack OT on the block, but a little bit too silent after. Like, give me something to feed off of, James.
Indoor when we were just in practice, if you ever did that to somebody, you would like immediately run over under the net with a concerned look on your face and go, dude, you all right?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah. And then you go, 6-pack.
Yeah, I gotcha. Right, you're okay? Good, then I'll throw it in. Right. 1-1. Yeah, I think there's a good chance for Avery and Wyatt to almost kind of feel at home again, getting to play a 3-set match, get to go to 21. I feel like they've had a couple good wins late in thirds.
Yeah, they had a really good one to make it here against Logan Webber and Hagen Smith. It was a little bit of a surprising finish for that duo that we're going to see in a couple weeks' time in Chicago with the LA Launch. Had a nice season. They started off 4-0 in league play. But they were no match late in contenders bracket action for Drost and Harrison today.
Yeah, this is where I feel like also like Wyatt got such a good smooth arm. He kind of like is that like almost beach volleyball purist. It looks like when you watch him play. He's just so smooth. I feel like this kind of conditions favor him. Okay, that's extreme.
Yeah, that was an extreme angle. Avery upset that he didn't reach into the angle, but take solace, Avery. No matter what you did, that ball was going down.
It was like 6 feet away. That was crazy angle.
Yeah, Wyatt's almost a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah,
in the sense, right? There's
right.
a big swat from James Shaw, kind of that 6'4" all-around skill set.
Yeah, the Ken Steffes type body, good smooth arm, jumps really well, good jump serve.
Looks natural in a trucker hat.
Yeah, just looks. Yeah, I don't look good. Like my head's too small.
Back-to-back stuff is Shaw.
Jeez.
Huge at the net.
Somebody was in the gym with Timmy Pillow. Yeah. The rice buckets. Got those bear claws.
And the right knee taped up pretty heavily. Not impeding him whatsoever thus far.
Not affecting his blocking or his hitting over the block.
Yeah. Seems like you have to take a little extra care on this south side of the court when float serving, because we saw Phil sail a few pretty long earlier. That one did catch some back line. And it came kind of ducked out of the way, and it just caught the back half of the rope. Have a look. Yeah, there's a little line bouncy.
Such a good serve. Fellow Wedbush six-man team member.
Good quick swing, cross body up the line. James Shaw.
Yeah, he's long, he's smooth. He's a guy that for sure is a great pickup for Kame to kind of develop and go on the world tour with and kind of play at a real high level.
Well, yeah, what a serve that is. Great job just to keep it alive by Wyatt Harrison. A little tempo and transition, and through the top of the hands goes Shaw. Yeah, you know, throughout league play, we discussed both of these duos quite a bit, obviously. James Shaw playing professionally in Italy, arguably the top league in the world as a setter and as an opposite.
Wow.
Which is astounding. Because that's not only kind of the quarterback position, but then also the go-to offensive position.
Right. You're also kind of the ace, and you got to be the guy that can be terminal at any point.
Right. So to have that wide of a skill set is very, very impressive, and bodes well for his future on the beach as well. Something else we discussed, and we'll have to see how it goes in this match. He's got a tremendous serve, of course, but Kevin and I would also have the debate about toss height.
Right, the height, like it's so quick and low, and
when things are grooved in, it's phenomenal, but you give yourself sort of less room for error, so to speak, and so if the toss gets low, it's difficult to fix it, so to speak, difficult to keep it in, I suppose.
Right, you can't fix a bad toss maybe to your left as easily because you don't have as much time to go maybe take some off or recorrect and adjust. Yeah, maybe he adds that over time, right? You get a little bit of a higher toss if you know the conditions are bad or you maybe sold yourself out on the one before.
Well, yeah, it's just an interesting discussion because, you know, I mean, obviously it works very well for him a lot of the time. Good pickup there. Kame's going to have another chance at it. And Avery runs that one down as well. James, the late dive into the
okay. I like it. That's almost give Roche a little Cuddy shout out. You get the sound effect for yourself.
Yeah.
7-8.
Good touch.
Real good touch on the way up. Real creative too here.
Those are the hardest balls, I feel like, as a defender. When you're on the right side of the court, or you're moving to the right side of the court, but it drops short.
Yes.
Because you have to move laterally and then forward, right?
Yeah, those are real difficult. There's a shot if you look in the stands here. Jabin Schalk right here in the gray hat, backwards glasses. He's like just 2 rows up behind the rail. That's the best Schalk of the brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's way better. More just a little stab at Kane for fun.
That, for some reason, that reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever heard that Phil Mickelson's nickname in college was Fig Jam, which is an acronym, and the F is, you know, what you think it is, and then the rest is I'm good, just ask me. Fig Jam.
I love it.
Yeah. That might be a little bit of what's going on with Kane's brother, right? I'm the best, just
No.
ask me.
That's just me saying that more than anything.
Yeah, that one sails long. The jumbo attempt barely too much from Wyatt Harrison.
Yeah, it's always tough hitting the right shot or one that's available and just missing.
Good swing on 2. Little hot pocket deep and some pop on that ball.
Yeah, you can see there's some specific teams and players where this depth of sand in these conditions like favor. Like guys feel the most comfortable. Right now, both these teams feel real good in this deep sand. Still real terminal.
I always say this when watching a Kane Schalk match. He's a sneaky jumper.
Yes, yes. So true.
Yeah, he doesn't really, you know, he doesn't have kind of that super terminal arm swing that you see out of like a Taylor Sanders.
Yeah.
So you sometimes I feel like don't notice how much he's elevating.
Yeah, because his arm swing isn't like, it's not like big and long and aggressive, right? It's very compact and quick. And so you think like, oh, I got it. And then he leaps so well stealthily that he kind of has those angles you didn't think he would have with how he's reaching.
Schalk and Shaw take a 3-point lead into our first technical timeout. Halfway through the first here. Really mainly on the back of those 2 blocks from James Shaw, because Drost and Harrison have otherwise sided out quite well.
Yeah, it's pretty just tight back and forth outside of those blocks, like you said. I think an element that, you know, Avery and Wyatt have is they both have good jumpers, and I think Wyatt can kind of get on a good run where he uses that wind and it's a little bit more of a tail on his jump serve, and Avery's real terminal as far as right at you and kind of flat. So I think they can kind of implement that, especially as a team that's kind of like a undersized blockers in a sense. You know, I feel like your weapon is your side out and your real gnarly jump serves. I think they probably add that over time here.
Angle.
Hey! That one underneath James Shaw.
Never had that problem. My hands were right where the ball was. I never could get that high.
Those are frustrators as a blocker, because you make the right move, you
Yeah.
make the right read, and then you're just kind of 6-8 inches off the net, so you open up that little window for the ball to wiggle through. Oh, nice block.
Nice
Good
read.
dive into the angle.
Yeah, way to let James kind of like hang and look a little longer than normal. Go snake it. That's something that Avery was always good at, is those kind of those late outside body type moves. He always blocked those types of attacks really well.
You can see that good finish with his hands. The next serve sails long, however.
Also the combo here of like Kane and James alternating, like the nasty float that Kane has, and then James kind of bombing his serve. Good wrinkle.
Harrison, it's 12-13.
Good rhythm there offensively from Cam and James.
You know, that's such a good, even though James hasn't really hit the on-two, because of the spacing he has when he decides to jump set, he could go like that flat corner over Wyatt. It makes Avery have to hesitate just enough to respect it, and then can kind of get away with maybe that off the block attack that he normally might have had a move on. But that jump set causes that hesitation.
There's that piece, and then, you know, this is something I discussed with the Swedish coaches as well, because, you know, they would implement the jump set in situations where there was no really fake element to whether or not they were going on to. And I kind of postulated and got confirmation that it's almost a way to increase the tempo of your offense.
Right.
Because you're contacting it there, and so then the defense, you know, like we talked about with Taryn and Kristen running tempo and transition,
Right.
the defense has less time to set up.
Yeah.
It's a nice swing from Kame right up the middle. I would also maybe argue that for a guy like James, who spends so much time as a setter indoor, you're just accustomed to kind of that rhythm of jump setting.
More natural.
Right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's almost like your comfort zone.
Yeah, it's almost like get me out of the sand. Let me just use my hands again.
Right in the pocket came Schalk. And that one catches back line. Deep, so good read on the option.
Real good read. And again, Kame's windowed, right? You feel like he's real far off. Not massively high reach, but he's got such good verticality that he can kind of wrap that ball and tag that corner.
Came with a nice kind of fake and go. Oh yeah, a little.
Okay.
That was the bartender, you know.
Yeah.
Tray of drinks up top.
That's an illegal pinky shot. He's got that pinky that can't go straight. That gives him a little extra topspin. That should be illegal. I want that guy tested.
Just softens it. It's like it's like those on cloud shoes, you know. It just kind of squishes and releases.
Exactly. That's not fair. No hydraulics on his cut shot.
Takes me up on this in a second.
That'll force Drost and Harrison into a timeout.
21 years old and would like a bunch of free Sun Cruiser. Trent, is it you? No, not you. What about this guy?
Yeah, Coach Mike Playcheck just coming off the win with Therese Cannon and Meg Kraft. So looking to hit the double here on a Saturday afternoon in Manhattan Beach, and got a new haircut. Lid's looking tight and nice.
Looking good.
Yes, all right. Come with me, we're going this way.
Yeah, it's always nice when your teams are winning. You got to, hold on, I got to go to the next. Sorry, guys, I can't talk. I got to go to my next team who's winning. You know, it's so fun. Yeah, and Mike always being a guy historically that ran a faster tempo on his offense.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of that, like almost like a push two to the right side, and he would kind of have that gnarly canyon seaman sharp cross, and then he could go flat deep seam. I remember playing against him and Mike Morrison a bunch. It was a fun team to play against. Big Mike.
One of the original meatheads.
Yeah, just a big, strong dude.
San Diego products. Yeah, Mike Playcheck becoming one of our sort of preeminent coaches. Well, that's going to be tough. Yeah, a little close, and James doing a nice job getting both hands on that. Yeah, Mike very analytical.
Yeah.
Not only as a player, but obviously now in the coaching world, really does a lot of work dissecting film and so forth. I mean, I remember squaring off against him when I was still working with the Taylors, and he was going through play by play, wanting to know after the match which play call we had run. Was that a 2? Was that a 4? You know, I mean, that's how kind of.
Like even how you're layering and comboing plays together.
Yeah, just how intricately he was thinking about the matches. I told him he can subscribe to my coaching website. $29.99 a month, I'll let him know.
Right. In series increments.
Yeah. That was a great swing. Came Schalk again, kind of that jump out to the right.
Yeah, he's got the fadeaway.
Feast cross court, coming up with some tremendous angles.
Yeah, you can't just play traditional line angle against Kame with that, with how he attacks the ball.
Yeah, there is perfection in the toss.
Yes,
from James Shaw.
when he's got it right where he's still got some movement left in that arm to manipulate and take it down the line. He's not forced to just go straight ahead. That's for sure, like you were talking about before. That's the perfect toss.
Nothing interrupts the rhythm of that, right? That one sails a little bit long, but still pretty good rhythm on that. It's just when the toss gets low and you can't extend your arm all the way through.
Right.
Or you have to slow down kind of the momentum of your approach. All those things pretty critical in hitting a good jump serve. Oh, getting it off the hands goes James Shaw on the right side. So that'll be it in set number 1, 21-15 in favor of Schalk and Shaw.
Yeah, just defense by Schalk and Shaw, right? Like they're just able to maybe the 2 blocks. Kame got 2 digs in a row near the last third of that set. You know, and that's the difference. The side-out game was, besides that, was pretty flawless by both sides.
Absolutely. Solid performance by Schalk and Shaw. 21-15 in the first. We'll be back with set number 2 in just a moment.
How about a little magic? How about a little magic, huh?
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
All right, welcome back to Manhattan Beach. Stadium court late afternoon on a Saturday, and we've got some fan participation contests going on out there.
Mark's always so critical of how they stack it.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I mean, that is the name of the game. You got to reload that box properly. Mark entertaining himself more than anything, right. I think, out there.
Yeah.
To take a look at the statistics in set number 1. Yeah. Schalk and Shaw, I mean, 786. Those are astounding numbers. Both teams 1 ace to 4 errors. Similar ratio there, exactly the same ratio, as a matter of fact. But the couple extra blocks favor Kame and James, and a couple extra errors on the side of Wyatt and Avery. Maybe the biggest difference there in the 21-15 victory. For Schalk and Shaw.
Yeah, Wyatt and Avery just need to group together a little run here with either, you know, consistent side out like before, even though the numbers didn't look good. It didn't feel that way, right? It felt like they were flowing the majority of this match. It's just creating opportunities to score some real points is where you're like hoping to like level up just enough with either our serve or get some transition digs or block.
Yeah, you hate to be in a position where you feel like you're pressing, but if a team is hitting 786 against you, you have to do. Ooh,
okay, Wyatt, let's do this.
That's one way to kick it off.
If you're into that, I guess. Line bounce.
Yeah, they had the 4 service errors, but you know, they need to find a little bit more service pressure to disrupt the comfort level on the side of Schalk and Shaw. Good move by Harrison. We saw Kame just thump that hard angle a few times in the opening set, so I like the adjustment, but Kame still finding the high hands. Yeah, and when we're talking about serving tough, that doesn't necessarily mean hitting it harder. You've got to find some space, because too many balls right now going right in the lap of Kame Schalk, and he's one of the best serve receivers in my opinion.
Yeah.
So smooth at that skill, and if you hit it right to him, oh, nice job. Why? Do we get a flex there? Yeah, there's a little bit of a flex.
The joust, rattle, keep pushing, you get the second one.
Yeah. I mean, the reason that's so hard for the blocker, right, is they're just having to go straight up and down, and the attacker has all the momentum coming into him. So I would guess that it's everybody's weakness relatively to try and have strength pushing with both arms completely overhead.
That's why that Troy's move where he kind of pulls it back, it's kind of the only option you have.
Yeah. There's a nice job by Kame to kind of keep some tempo on that back bump set. You can see James get up and almost call for it quickly.
Yeah.
Almost starts going in immediately and then gets a really nice set.
Yeah, the last thing I want is like a high one where I have to deal with timing and vision. I'd rather just have it in front and go pick it off high.
Especially when you're 6'8".
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're, what, 6'6", Case, but the standing reach is 8'9".
Yeah.
So yeah, give you some tempo, and you don't even need that much of a jump. You just work it around.
Yeah, we just call it the reach and teach. Just give me up there. Let me just teach the kids on the other side where to put it.
I'm gonna teach. Hopefully, you guys are all here to learn.
We'll let Trevor use that. He needs some new material.
Okay. There's a good serve from Drost.
What a set.
Yeah.
I like that though, like, without divulging secrets, I always had a little bit easier time dealing with Kame when we kind of like fronted him and then played kind of into the angle a little bit more and then made him have to turn back. And he can bounce line, but it's like, I need to disrupt this and not just always be line angle and kind of a, he just gets so comfortable there where he can kind of go anywhere he wants.
We'll take our side. Switch it.
I think guys that have extreme angles like that just got to find a way to disrupt it and then maybe self-check again and go back to our line angle and then maybe throw in a 5 or a 4 or something where we're just lining up a little bit differently.
Getting better around here on Stadium 4. We'll have one match after this one. Wyatt back to serve.
Nice spot, good scoop. Wyatt. Oh, yeah. Oh. Kame going straight over with it. And that one off the hands and out. So nice, really all-around play from Wyatt Harrison.
Yeah.
The scoop on the first swing was perfection.
Yeah, great scoop. Good awareness to go run that ball over on 2. But he used the block to finish it off too. Hand setting by Avery, both of those plays just real smooth, good sets for his guy. Wow,
nice little short serve, falls off the table.
Nasty.
Yeah, James, you know, sometimes you kind of stop where you think the ball's going to end up, and then if you've stopped a little bit too soon, you get what you got there, right? Where you just kind of didn't get up there far enough to retrieve that ball.
Yeah, that's where like I had to make a big improvement going from the guy that wasn't getting served to the guy that was, right? And being able to figure out, we worked on this a lot too, you and I, when you were coach, like every year we kind of had new cues and strategies for passing and kind of watching this ball longer. And once it crosses the plane of the net is actually when it makes the most movement. So still being loose and free to make a little adjustment was huge for me.
I had dinner with a friend of mine last night. Do you know Stevie Robinson?
Yes.
Yeah, so she coaches with Alfie up at UCLA. And she said something that I'd never really thought of from a serve receive standpoint, which is the second it leaves the server's hand, you kind of subconsciously pick a side. Meaning it's either to my left or to my right. Wow, how about that finish from Kame?
The drive-by joust.
He just kind of absorbed the swing from Drost and then gave it the second push. to get the winner. That was fantastic
Brother.
stuff from the second best player in the Schalk
Yeah,
family.
Javen taught him that. We all know.
Yeah, so Stevie was saying pick left or right essentially immediately, because it's either going to be on one side of you or the other.
Right.
And then identify kind of the apex so that you do the short, deep part of it.
Right, the depth. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to think about it that I've never kind of conceptualized.
Yeah.
As we see Kame get another scoop and deliver to level the score here, set number 2. That was a great back bump set as well, and just going high. He's the springy Kame Schalk.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where this team has such a good, like, upside potential, even though they've already proven themselves and won some big tournaments like overseas, right? That their ability to score real points, not only side out at high level, but also affect the game on defense. I mean, that's what you have to have that.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it on paper, it makes sense, right? 6'8" blocker,
right?
Really good defender that controls the ball well. Your blocker is a setter.
Yeah,
so,
right.
You
In
know,
transition, you're like, yes, please.
And your defense is a 6'5" springy guy. So, I mean, that all bodes well for turning real points. Now, serving it into the bottom of the tape is something Playcheck's going to want to address.
It wasn't part of the game plan. Yeah, I think that's just a, you know, they also, you know, the difference between them before the season started and now is just the belief and confidence that they can win and beat anybody, right? And so they're just slowly adding layers and pieces to that to just become more and more deadly.
Well, they do have something that not a lot of teams have on their resume, particularly of late, which is a win over the Swedes.
Yeah, that's a huge.
In Mexico earlier this year, yeah, in the, I think it was the quarterfinals. You know, they beat David Oman and Johnny Helvig, the reigning gold medalists, in a heck of a match. I mean, they were fantastic. That's a really nice pass from Avery.
Really good pass from Avery.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. It's just going to make it 8-8.
Yeah.
But you have to, you know, draw an asterisk or something next to that, because that's a fantastic side out. Lay out perfect pass on that serve, and then good aggressive cut.
Oh, jeez. You can see once he gives him that little bit of like apex time, you're like, oh, he's going OT on this. He's going to go elevate and then also reach.
I mean, that was like, let's have a look at this.
Jeez.
That was the one where the wrist just snaps and
Yeah.
it almost, your arm just becomes this curl.
Yeah.
It's like you're making a pantomime of like a big wave or something.
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
crisp cut shot from Avery. Good communication. Oh, there's a nice serve from Avery. Well placed. Yeah, again, that's kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, right? Like that isn't a great serve because it's so hard. It's just excellent placement. It's not right to either player on the Schalk Shaw side.
Yeah, it crosses Kame just enough to be like dead center, but James the whole time, it kind of looks like it's Kame's ball.
Trying to go up the line there, but that toss got a little bit over his left side, it looked like maybe.
James Shaw back to serve, 1 point to the technical, automatic timeout at 10-10.
It's the right choice. I love that option.
And the lead changes hands once
Just a hard
again,
ball
back and
coming over
forth
the
we go.
shoulders so
Schalk
high,
and
kind of
Shaw,
waiting for it a little longer than you want.
To 10, leading 1 set to
I mean, that is kind of exactly what we are alluding to when we talk about execution, right? Because that's 100% the right decision.
Yeah.
But oftentimes kind of what separates the teams that win from the teams that don't is just who executes on those types of plays, right?
Right. Right.
It's not so often that quality teams, especially at these stages of tournaments, are just making poor decision after poor decision, but
yeah,
it is kind of a two-piece equation, right? You got to make the right decisions and then execute upon those decisions.
You won the Hermosa Beach Ironman. You No, this guy in the corner. That guy's like, no, I did not. This guy did, though. I was looking at the wrong corner.
I love Mark.
What's
Just
up, Blake Vogel saying, yeah, buddy, you do look pretty buff. Pretty good. That's for you. Yes, sir.
found the Hermosa Beach Ironman champion.
Yeah,
in the
that's.
stands.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Can't see where he's at. I'd like to see what that looks like.
So I understand what you're saying. I still
This guy here at the very end of the rail up top, with the flowing hair, button-up shirt. Kind of looks like a Lee Legrand, just a young Lee Legrand. Just,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the Ironman guy?
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, kudos to him, because that is
Yeah.
something I would never participate in,
Yeah.
Ironman.
Right?
I mean, I don't know that I would make it to the running or the biking.
I would
because
drown.
I would be dead.
Yes, I
from
would
the
drown in the
swim,
water.
yeah.
Same. Are my feet just like falling the
Yeah.
whole? Why are they so heavy?
Hello, darkness, my friend. That's a nice hard swing across court. Wyatt Harrison, good bounce back out of the technical timeout. Yeah, and that is just smooth.
Another great short serve from Wyatt even. That was, he's got such a great short serve that doesn't look, it's not real up and down, right? It's kind of flat, so it's even harder to pass because if you can get it that close to the net, it's a great pass by James and side out.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a cross-up defensively from Drost Harrison because they were both in the angle. Yeah, that's came Schalkish
Yeah,
on the right side, just
right.
elevating and feasting angle. Wind shifting a little bit. It's almost coming directly across the court now. It looks like maybe even a little bit to the south side.
Right.
Oh, just wide.
It's out of bounds, or is it? It is called out of bounds. James Shaw wants Troy.
White came going with the challenge call right off.
Yeah, they're challenging, which, you know, I think the ball mark's going to be pretty easy
No, the entire
to see.
ball mark is not out. No, it's right under the line. Yeah, I know. It's right under the line. It grazed the line as it went out.
James Sunset ball top line all the way out. Troy had none of it.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about the challenge, right? Is that, I mean, you're not going to be able to challenge that it hits the line or not.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's, it's tough to tell. Oh.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I mean,
so
that-
close. And the line's lifted, so you get a little movement because of the air it has.
That is very close, yeah.
13 all.
Good response either way from Schalk.
Yeah. Looks like we got the ball that doesn't lie. Perfect.
Volley karma fully intact here.
Yes.
The ball is the George Washington of this match. Cannot tell a lie. Nice high swing through the hands again, Wyatt Harrison. It's interesting that they work around, you know, they're almost running that into the wind,
Yeah.
so to speak. Again, the grandstands block most of that, so the wind is a lot of it up high. But it does tend to sometimes create a swirling effect on stadium court, right?
Right, it comes in and for sure it swirls more than the flags are telling you. Oh, can you?
That is a
Kick it, kick it. Yeah, I like it. Way to go for it.
Yeah, putting hamstrings and ACLs
Just be
at
careful.
risk there.
Right.
Luckily, the sand's deep, so when you hit the deck, there's a soft cushion.
Yeah. It's kind of like the trampoline parks. You get the foam pit. You got to do a couple double front flips.
Yeah, I think I've long exceeded the age limit of when I can go to a trampoline park.
The worst is trying to get out of those things.
Oh, man.
It's like an abyss.
That is nice stuff. Oh,
What?
okay. Wow, that's interesting.
What's the rule? Ball's down and you're okay to? I feel like he tapped it down pretty quick.
I thought that ball was down. He doesn't offer much in the way of argument, though, so I don't know if it's like a continuous motion thing.
Right,
I think
right.
it's down. Really tough to call, though. Well, that's nice. Again, the little baby line. That'd make Alexander Samoilovs happy.
Yeah, right.
The Lion King, Ron Burgundy.
Just give us a little roar and then sign up for Beach Box.
Yeah. Apparently Mallorca's the one to go to.
Really?
If you have a chance, yeah, like hundreds and hundreds of courts.
I think he's added some beach tennis and
yeah. Oh, nice run.
Dang it, Avery.
Avery was close there. A good run, but that was just out of reach.
For those who watch the Caillou or Haikyuu, the rolling thunder is that's the move the libero makes.
Oh, okay.
Rolling thunder, and it's just basically a indoor volleyball roll.
Good job snapping that one in. And rattling it through the high hands goes Avery Drost.
Yeah, they're siding out well. They just their ace get something on defense here.
Yeah, real points hard to come by both ways in this. All the way up to 500 they're hitting in the second set. Wow. Yeah, that short serve is very good from Wyatt Harrison, but James Shaw handles it well and then keeps that swing high.
Yeah, they've got a good system for that short serve. James gets low early, lifts it. Cam gives him that tempo.
How about that?
Come on, Wyatt. I thought we're all friends here.
That was some heavy heat. It's nice, too, when you hit it at about 22 feet and you still get the bounce. Have a
Right.
look.
Yeah.
Deep? Yahtzee.
Yeah. You're closer to that pier and it bounces.
The thing I loved about your boy Jake Gibb is if you ever hit one of those, he would pause everyone and go,
Yeah,
wait. Make sure everyone watched the bounce.
So good.
Oh. Nice ball control. They're pushing the tempo. There, James Shaw came Schalk. And this is, as our MC Mark Sherman pointing out, a very, very good and competitive second set. Both of these teams just trading blows. Nobody really able to get any headway defensively. Schalk can come up with a late inning ace here. Does indeed.
You're like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain.
That's an ace for James, his second, and
yeah, that was very timely because both teams have been siding out extremely well.
Yeah, it's kind of that that feeling in the air where you know somebody's going to get one soon, right? Because it's just been so long of just pure side out.
Well, it's kind of one of the byproducts, I think, of having a serve that's a weapon to the level that James Shaw's is. Because if he's gone this extended period of time without an ace,
right,
you have this sort of sense of impending doom that it's coming at some point, right?
Yes. And as a jump server that uses serve as a weapon, that's how I felt. I'm like, ooh, I always have 2 or 3 to use. I haven't used any yet. I know they're in there. So like confidence-wise, I'm like, okay, I know I can kind of go for it and trust the process because I always have a couple like saved.
Nice. Yeah, you know, obviously Brazil was the best team when I was playing indoor. And anytime you were tight late in the set with them and they hadn't done anything like all that spectacular, it was just in the back of your head.
You know it's coming.
Like they're going to do something here that's going to be so obnoxious.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of, it became like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And, you know, I felt like good teams would sort of win matches on that opponent's fear factor almost.
Yeah, right. You can smell the blood.
Yeah.
Shaw to serve.
All right, so timeout complete. Shaw looking to see if he can't find another one. Yeah, that is. Oh,
he's out. Dodgeball. You're out.
Sneaks that one through.
And you know that is something that we see so often. I think the difficulty of that play gets overlooked a little bit because the spin, like the RPMs of spin going backwards off of Avery's arms on that jump serve are so extreme that getting on top of that as smoothly and easily as Wyatt did is no easy task. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Aim for ring. Yeah, James trying to really kind of thumb down, carve that hard angle.
And again, that's the ball that Avery blocks the most effective, is the kind of the late turn type swing. He's always looking for that.
Come on.
Oh, that's crisp. Okay, Schalk. I like the defensive setup.
Yeah.
Avery again diving into the angle that Cam's been solid on. And Wyatt running late to the line, but came a little too sharp with the contact. Match point. And that one off the tape and out, so that will do it. Kind of an unfortunate conclusion to an otherwise fantastic second set. If you're Drost and Harrison, that final mistake seals the deal. But an excellent showing for Drost and Harrison, getting a 5th place here in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, playing some good volleyball, side out at a high level.
Came and James finding their way into tomorrow's semifinals.
Smart came, give respect to the proper brother. Perfect.
Oh yeah, and then comes the child throw onto the court.
You gotta hold your kids. That's like the favorite core memories. You
Yeah,
just run
so
on the court with dad.
Take a look at the updated bracket. There's Schalk and Shaw making their way into the semifinal. And then we are going to see this match. Born Lucena, Trevor Crabb, Phil Dahlhauser coming up here. Next on Stadium Court, I have no doubt that'll be an exciting one. Thanks for joining us for this one. We will see you in just a few moments.
Yes, you heard that right. Maybe it's not the order that you're used to hearing those 4 names in, but it is Tri versus Trevor and Nick versus Phil. Coming up in about 10 minutes.